Hello, beautiful souls. I am going to be reading the frequency intel, the current energies that are moving through the collective and therefore the personal field of awareness at this time. And as I become more adept at trusting what is being asked of me in transmitting these frequency intel, and the more I surrender to bringing these transmissions through, I'm realizing that the content is shifting to higher timelines. And so we're getting more profound information, support, and awarenesses about what we're moving through collectively and therefore individually. And so yes, I'm downloading these transmissions on a particular time and day and a particular point in time space. And all points in time are happening in this now present moment on the same platform of reality. So whenever you are receiving this transmission, whether it's the current week that I'm transmitting it, or if you're receiving it in a different time, a different date, different day, the transmission is relevant to you and what you're experiencing at this present time. So that information was coming through very clearly and wanted to be shared. And so I'm titling these with the date of transmission in order to give a structure to the entire contents of the frequency intel transmissions as they unfold. And I've made this commitment to do these frequency intel every Sunday as we're walking through this new creation paradigm that we are facilitating and moving into the Aquarian age. And so I wanted to convey that to you so that we can trust this frequency intel that we're drawn to, whether you're drawn to this one in the week that it was transmitted, or you're drawn to another one in this week, in another week. Trust what you're listening to has relevance for you in the now moment. And so thank you for showing up and participating and receiving as we transmit these frequency intels to whomever they can support, guide, direct, and love. These are messages of love, and transmitting the frequency of non-conditional love is the reason that these transmissions are coming through at this time. So the theme of this transmission is bursting through. And a seed destroys its container in order to reach its fullest potential. A seed destroys its container to reach its fullest potential. And the seed is directed by its nucleus. That is where the blueprint or the instructions are held for how to be the unique individual expression of the seed that it is. And so I love this theme because it's really speaking to the growth edge that we are on at this time. We are on a huge growth edge. It feels a little bit like standing on the edge of an enormous chasm that we need to traverse in order to reach the other side, in order to reach heaven on earth now. And that journey is being guided and supported in miraculous and mundane ways. So there's a lot to traversing a chasm. And how we can do this is the energies that are here are supporting our growth edge. So this is this energy that's supportive, that is guiding us to move. And this journey is so particular right now. So the energy is guiding us to move from our heart leadership into a deeper well of wisdom that is in the cave, inside the cave, inside the cave of our holographic field. So the journey that we are undertaking is the most important journey that we can ever realize. And that is the journey from our mind being in the leadership role of our creation to the heart being in the leadership role of our creation. And many of us have been walking this path for a long time. Some of us are just starting out on this path, and some of us are somewhere in between. And knowing that we are completely supported in this growth edge gives us the courage to take the next step. How do we know we're supported? Connecting inside and reading the energy and calling in, visualizing the wisdom that we are supported in each now moment. So it's up to all of us to tap into the supportive energy that's here for us, and really mastering the mind to be the support structure for the direction of the heart intelligence at the center, the nucleus of our holographic field. And that is the way that we can navigate these times of great change with balance, with focus, with confidence, with courage, with the most beautiful structures beneath us, so that we can take that next step that we're being guided to take individually on our own unique journeys. So the next thing that really wants to be shared through this transmission is the strategies for doing this. And those strategies are really crystal clear. We need to do an honest assessment of the current support structures that we are utilizing in our creations. And that is a really, really simple way to begin to move with the energies that are present for us and invite in the new support structures that are available to us. And so I want to unpack that a little bit by talking through and sharing what support structures are available to all of us. So the support structures that we've created up until this now moment, the people, the practices, the grounded, present home structure that we're in, the job structure that we're in, or the way that we receive the support that we need in order to make our everyday life happen, the resources that we need, how those resources come to us. All of these things are the support structure that we have been utilizing in order to create our realities from. And some of those support structures may no longer be beneficial to us. And doing an assessment by simply taking, for instance, the people in your life that you consider supportive, that you have gone to help you mirror what is happening in your reality, so that you can receive clarity and confirmation about what choices you're making and about the experiences that you are having in each and every now moment. And those our timeline has speeded up. We have more access to more frequencies in the holographic field, more dimensions than we ever have had previous to this now moment. So when we connect into and go into that heart-centered, deeply honest space of assessing how the people in our life are showing up for us and supporting us, and being really crystal clear, laser focused, honest about how they are supporting us. And this has nothing to do with their abilities to support us. It has everything to do with our ability to know who to go to for what kind of support. And so what I mean by that is we may be relying upon someone to support us as we journey forward on our path of transformation and transcendence into new timelines, into new realities of paradise now, of our creation potentials now, of our mission codes now. What we need to do is to be really honest about whether or not we know that the person that we're going to has the tools and the awareness to support us in what we're creating now. And so there may be people in our lives that we've gone to in the past for support that are not walking on the same journey that we're walking on, and therefore they can't hear what we're sharing with them. They can't relate to the experiences that we are now having as those of us who are devoted to creating heaven on earth now and stepping out of the paradigm of victim-aggressor, of lack mentality, of all of the old paradigms that we have created from that are dualistic. Those of us who are stepping into unification consciousness, into the one mind, into the truth that we are all love. So when we are walking on these new pathways, we need to really assess who we are going to support us in the experiences that we're having now that may be challenging, that may be breaking down the old structures, and to allow the people that have the ability to support us, allow the companions on the journey that have the ability to support us, and to be honest with ourselves so that we don't create dissension in our frequency when we go to someone who cannot support us, and then we elicit frustration or judgment or any of those frequencies into our reality because we simply haven't done an assessment to determine whether or not people have the ability to support us now. And so, yes, allowing the support structures that we are utilizing, including the types of practices that we're using, to assess those as well and to see, are these still supporting me in who I am becoming now? And if they're not, with the most beautiful reverence, allowing those old structures to dissipate, to dissolve. And this doesn't mean not hanging out with old friends that you still enjoy and that you still love and that you still there's still value and exchange in the current relationship, that you are growing together and supporting each other in loving, kind, nourishing ways. It just means that you may need to call in new supportive people that do have the tools and the wisdom and the alignment to support you now. So we're really being asked to assess our support structures and to call in support structures that can support where you are going and who you are becoming. So it's always beneficial to have people in your life and practices in your life that push you to become more and more and more of your true self, that support you to do that as well, that encourage, right? That word push doesn't feel really frequentially aligned, so I'm going to replace it with encourage. That encourage, excuse me, that encourage us to take leaps, to do things that feel uncomfortable. That is the growth edge. I'm going to lean into something that feels uncomfortable and see what happens with the curiosity of a child. And that amplifies the field and invites and brings forth new timelines that were not previously accessible to us, so that our soul signature can realize its fullest potential, just as the seed realizes its fullest potential. So in assessing our structures, we are being asked to align with the heart, the nucleus of our seed that is wanting to burst forth out of the old container that we created to support us in our becoming in the previous cycle, and to align with the new structure, the new seeds that we planted in the old cycle for who we are becoming now. So this also requires another strategy, that is surrender. Rolling with the shifts that are happening and trusting that we are being beautifully, abundantly led and supported by the divine, by our teams of light. And that is another assessment for us to do, is to connect into our entourage of light, those beings of light who love us unconditionally, the non-physical support structure, the angels, teachers, masters, loved ones, and creators that are supporting us on the non-physical form, non-physical platform of support that is surrounding us, and to assess if those teams need to be upgraded as well. So you can simply do that by calling in to your team of light and asking if they are equipped to take you, to support you, to guide you into the next level of your becoming. And those who are not equipped to do that, those who are not in the same timeline or have the same knowledge, wisdom, and tools to support us in our new becoming, in this creation that we're stepping into, they will step back and make space for new guides to come in. And the guides simply are archetypal energies, right, that are part of our holographic field. They are part of our soul signature. They are not separate from us. They are a part of us. So we're simply calling in more of our soul signature that is equipped to move with us, to guide us where we are going now. So just want to take a pause and see if that's everything that wants to be shared, and to move into this last aspect of the frequency intel, which is love and encouragement. And I love this part of the frequency intel because it amplifies the field of the frequency that we are experiencing now. And I'd love to just pause and take a minute to resonate and entrain to the frequency of love that is available and here now. And so this is beautiful training to allow us to be able to read the frequencies that are present in our now moment, as each individual holds a frequency that is unique to our own signature. So love and encouragement that has come in for me, and I want to share with all of you, the Oracle of Delphi And this is a frequency that I have not had the privilege and the pleasure and the joy of connecting with, not consciously in any way in this present life that I am living. And so I want to share this frequency of the Oracle of Delphi with all of you. And the frequency signature of the Oracle of Delphi is the transmission of key codes that activate and unlock more of our own oracular abilities. So we'll just sit with that. We are being gifted the key codes to open and unlock more of our own oracular abilities, more of our own transpersonal senses. This is the love frequency of limitless potential. And this beautiful frequency is interconnected into all of our holographic fields. This is the uniting force that is taking us into the next level of our expansion as a species on this planet, that is moving us into the ability to tap into and live, breathe in each and every now moment the frequency of unification. There is no separation in the frequency of unification, of non-conditional love, of agape. There is no duality. And so we are being given the opportunity to begin to ascend beyond the limits of duality and the need to understand ourselves in a polarized field. Love is all there is. This is what's true at the deepest core of the nucleus of our seeds. In the cave, inside the cave, inside of our hearts, that is at the core of our holographic field. All right, my beautiful loves. Thank you so much for showing up for yourselves. Thank you for showing up. All right, I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah.